Chosen one. Have you ever paused and asked yourself, why don't I feel the urge like everyone else anymore? Why is your sex drive not just low, but almost gone? For most people, this would cause worry or confusion. But for you, it's not a curse. It's a divine sign. Yes, you heard me right. What you think is a deficiency is actually the fingerprint of transformation. It's not a medical problem. It's not emotional detachment. It's a message from above. God is calling you, and this is how he gets your attention. This message is not for everyone. It's not even for the curious. It's for the chosen ones only. If you're still listening, it means your soul is aligned with a frequency most can't hear. You're not just stumbling onto this video, you've been led to it. This is your confirmation. It's not random. It's perfect timing. There's something different about you, and you've known it for a long time. You've never quite fit in. Relationships confuse you. Lust feels foreign. The way people obsess over pleasure, it just doesn't click with you anymore. That's because you're not being led by your body. You're being led by the Spirit now. And when that shift happens, the things that once excited your flesh begin to fade. God is stripping away the layers of noise so you can finally hear his voice. Chosen one, your sex drive didn't just vanish out of thin air. It was taken deliberately, with precision. Not to punish you, but to purify you. Not to harm you, but to prepare you. You are being separated, sanctified, and sealed. This is divine celibacy, a sacred season, a holy recalibration. Some of you are feeling a strange mix of confusion and relief. You're not sure what's happening inside of you, but you know it's bigger than hormones or biology. That's because this is spiritual. It's not about dysfunction, it's about destiny. The energy that once flowed toward desire is now being redirected toward purpose. That's why you feel restless but focused, empty but called, disconnected from the world, but more connected to the divine. Your low sex drive is a symptom of spiritual transformation, and that's why you must not ignore it. You must not let the world convince you that something is wrong with you. Because nothing is wrong. Everything is right. Your soul is shifting. Your frequency is rising. Your body is being instructed to step back so your spirit can lead. This is a message for the few. And if you've made it this far, then I know you're one of them. You're one of the rare ones. You're a vessel being refined. And this message has reached you exactly when it was supposed to. So, chosen one, comment below right now. 777 if you know deep down that God is pulling you away from the flesh and toward the sacred. Let others like you find this video. Let them know they're not alone. And if this message already resonates with your journey, subscribe to this channel, tap that bell icon, and share this with another chosen one. Let them receive the clarity you're about to experience. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to hear 7 divine reasons why God has taken away your sex drive. And the truth will shake your spirit wide awake. You ready? Let's go deeper. God is shifting your focus to a higher calling, chosen one. When your sex drive fades, it's not just biology, it's spiritual surgery. You're being pulled out of one world and drawn into another. God is not simply taking something away, he is replacing it with something eternal. The first reason your sex drive has been removed is because God is shifting your focus toward your higher calling. And that shift is not subtle. It's loud in the spirit, but quiet in the flesh. Let's be honest. Sexual desire is one of the strongest forces in the human body. It drives decisions, relationships, even the direction of entire lives. But when God begins to set a person apart for something sacred, that desire often starts to dry up. Why? Because the energy that was once used to pursue pleasure must now be redirected to pursue purpose. You are being prepared for something far greater than intimacy of the body. You are being invited into intimacy with the Creator. You are not just here to exist. You are sent. You carry a mission. And that mission requires clarity, discipline, sensitivity, and detachment from worldly noise. Sexual desire, while natural and good within divine boundaries, can be a heavy distraction for the chosen one. It pulls the mind into fantasy. It binds the soul with emotional webs. And for someone called to be a vessel of truth, those attachments are not just inconvenient, they're dangerous. God doesn't want a half-awake servant. He wants a fully awakened warrior. When he begins to speak to you in dreams, visions, and prophetic silence, he requires your vessel, your body and mind to be cleared out. That's why your urges are disappearing. That's why old cravings seem meaningless. That's why your focus is turning away from people and toward purpose. And if you're being honest, you've noticed this shift already. You used to crave connection, intimacy, validation, romance, but now you crave peace. You crave solitude. You crave understanding. You crave God. This is not depression. This is not dysfunction. This is the higher calling beginning to echo inside you, loud enough to drown out the whispers of lust and longing. When God marks a person for spiritual service, he begins by emptying them. And one of the first places he begins that process is in the area of desire. Because desire, when uncontrolled, becomes the leash by which the enemy pulls you away from your path. But when surrendered, desire becomes divine fuel. It becomes prayer, creation, clarity, wisdom, and discipline. That's where you are now. Don't mourn the loss of your sex drive, chosen one. Celebrate it. Because it means the noise has been turned down, so the voice of God can be turned up. You are being recalibrated. You are being purified. You are being taught how to live by spirit, not by flesh. That is the highest level of transformation. That is the level where most people never reach, because they never surrender what they thought made them human. Let me tell you something real. The world is obsessed with flesh, pleasure, stimulation, emotional highs and physical addiction. But chosen ones are not of this world. Your design is different. That's why the things that satisfy others no longer satisfy you. That's why temporary pleasure now feels like spiritual compromise. That's why you don't belong where you used to. God is shifting your diet, your habits, your desires, because he's shifting your destiny. When your focus begins to change, your perception changes too. You begin to see things others don't. You begin to hear warnings in places where others hear invitations. You begin to feel drained by what used to excite you. This is not weakness. This is maturity. You're not losing your humanity. You're gaining your divinity. The part of you that once chased after touch is now chasing after truth. That's elevation. There are moments where you may feel frustrated. You may ask, why me? Why now? You may even try to reawaken that part of yourself, thinking something is wrong. But every attempt to force it will fail. Because when God closes a door in your spirit, no amount of flesh can pry it open. And when he opens the door to your calling, no amount of temptation can close it. I want you to understand something deeply. This is not just about sex. This is about attention. Because attention is the currency of creation. Whatever you focus on, you feed. Whatever you feed grows. And God is trying to grow something inside of you. Something holy. Something generational. Something eternal. But for that seed to grow, your attention must be holy. It must be fixed on the things above. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot chase both intimacy and infinity. Not in this season. Your focus must be narrow. Your vision must be clear. God is teaching you how to live like a vessel, emptied of noise, filled with fire. That's why He's silencing your old urges. That's why you feel so disconnected from the desires of the world. You are not being abandoned. You are being set apart. This phase is not forever. You will love again. You may even burn again. But when that time comes, it will be under divine alignment. Not lust, not confusion, not loneliness, but purpose. For now, you must accept the silence in your body as a sign that something holy is being spoken into your soul. There is a higher calling over your life. That's why this is happening. That's why your urges are being filtered, your cravings are being silenced, your body is slowing down. You are being consecrated. There is a fire on your tongue, a vision in your eyes, a mission in your blood, and you cannot afford to be distracted. Not now. Chosen one, you are not less. You are more than you ever were. The sex drive you lost was not stolen. It was surrendered. Your spirit offered it up so your soul could grow. And in place of those desires, you now carry clarity, peace, authority, and divine insight. That's why God took it away. So you could focus. So you could rise. So you could finally see. You were not made to chase what everyone else is chasing. You were made to follow the flame. And that flame leads to your higher calling. Are you ready for what's next? Then stay with me, because what you're about to hear next will reveal the second reason why God has called you into divine celibacy. And it's going to awaken something powerful in you. Let's continue. You're undergoing a sacred initiation of divine celibacy. Chosen one. What you're feeling right now isn't just a physical change. It's not just your sex drive disappearing into thin air. It's far more sacred than that. You are undergoing a divine initiation, a sacred rite of passage that few understand, and even fewer are chosen to experience. This is not something forced upon you. It's a spiritual invitation. You are being initiated into the mystery of divine celibacy. Yes, you heard me. Divine celibacy. Not the kind the world talks about. Not a rule. Not a religious commandment. Not abstinence based on shame or fear. But something far more powerful. Something mystical. Something rooted in God's eternal design for His chosen ones. You are not losing your sexuality. You are ascending through it. You are not broken. You are becoming holy. Throughout time, God has hidden His most powerful vessels inside seasons of celibacy, not to punish them, but to protect their power, to separate them from the crowd, to consecrate them in silence. Before any great prophet, healer, or spiritual leader was revealed, they were first isolated. They were first emptied. Their flesh was quieted so their spirit could speak louder. And that's exactly where you are now. What you're experiencing is not a void, it's a sacred hush. God is drawing you out of the noise, out of the cravings, out of the physical realm. He's calling you to walk in a dimension where few have the discipline to stay. Because divine celibacy is not just about the absence of sex. It's about the presence of sacred energy. It's about preservation. It's about preparation. You are being trusted with a spiritual fire, and fire must be handled with reverence. Right now, God is reintroducing you to your own body, not as a tool of pleasure, but as a temple, as a carrier of light. The desires that once ran your life are being rewired, not by force, but by divine design. You're not numbing out, you're tuning in. You're learning how to live without the constant buzz of lust and distraction. You're stepping into clarity, into inner silence, into mastery. It might feel strange. You might feel like something's missing. But over time, you'll notice something deeper emerging. You'll begin to notice how much calmer you are, how your thoughts are cleaner, how your energy is lighter. Your intuition will sharpen. Your dreams will become more vivid. Your prayers will feel deeper. That's not an accident. That's the result of sacred initiation. In ancient times, mystics, sages, and prophets all understood this. They knew that the body was a vessel and that its most potent energy was sexual energy. But instead of wasting it on physical release, they stored it, redirected it, transformed it. This process was called transmutation, and it's what you're experiencing now, whether you realize it or not. Your desire is being transmuted into vision, into power, into spiritual authority. And here's the key. Chosen one, this sacred celibacy is not something you have to force. It's not something you strive to maintain. It's something that's already happening. You're not choosing it. It's choosing you. It's flowing through you naturally. The urge to seek out pleasure is vanishing, and in its place, you're craving silence, purpose, clarity. You're not running from intimacy. You're being drawn into a higher form of it. Intimacy with God. Some will misunderstand you. They'll ask if something's wrong. They'll think you've lost your fire. But they won't know that you're actually burning brighter than ever, just in a way they can't see, because this fire doesn't show up in your body. It shows up in your spirit, in your words, in your presence, in the way you walk into a room and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. This celibacy is not weakness. It is spiritual strength. It is divine obedience. It is God's way of saying, I trust you with my silence. While others run around chasing bodies and feelings, you're standing still, receiving wisdom from the throne of heaven. While others lose themselves in lust, you are being found in light. But let me be clear, this isn't about superiority. You're not better than anyone else. You're simply chosen for something different, something deeper. You're being molded for spiritual service. You're being hidden for divine use. You're being covered by God's hand, not because you're unworthy, but because you are being made holy, set apart, like a blade being sharpened in secret before its first strike. And this initiation has phases. The first is confusion. You feel a loss of desire and wonder if something is wrong. Then comes resistance. You might try to force yourself back into relationships or situations that once stirred your flesh. But nothing works. Then, slowly, you enter surrender. You stop chasing. You stop questioning. You begin to rest in the stillness. You begin to accept the silence as sacred. And finally, you enter alignment. You start to feel more like yourself than ever before. But now, without the weight of lust or distraction. This is a holy process, and you're in the middle of it now. You're being reshaped, remade, reclaimed. God is not asking you to become someone else. He's asking you to become your true self, the one that existed before the world taught you how to crave. He's peeling off the layers, rewriting your instincts, teaching you how to hold power in stillness, how to hear his voice in the quiet spaces. Chosen one, I want you to pause and recognize what a rare and beautiful thing this is. The world screams louder every day. Lust is being sold in every image, every sound, every scroll. And yet, you are being called into silence, into stillness, into surrender. That is not weakness. That is spiritual royalty. You are in a phase of rebirth. Your old self, the one who chased desire, who was pulled by urges, that self is being laid to rest. And from that silence, a new self is rising. A self that leads with light, that loves with purity, that walks with fire, and that will, in time, step fully into their divine assignment without apology. So if you've been wondering why your sex drive has disappeared, Let this be your answer. You're being initiated into something eternal. You are being trained to carry a level of wisdom and insight that can't coexist with worldly attachments. You are being stripped so you can be filled. You are being emptied so you can overflow with the divine. And when the time is right, when your spiritual maturity has reached its next level, you'll look back at this phase and thank God for it. You'll see that what felt like a loss was actually a promotion. That what looked like weakness was sacred strength. That what others ran from, you embraced. And in that surrender, you were crowned in secret. Chosen one. Comment 999 below if you can feel this message piercing your soul. Let the rest of the tribe know you're walking this sacred path with them. You are not alone. Stay with me, because what comes next will open your spiritual eyes even more. God is not just changing your desire, He's rewiring your entire energy body. And that's where we're going next. God is rewiring your energy body. Chosen one. By now you've likely felt it deep within you. This isn't just a change in habits or urges. It's not merely the disappearance of sexual desire. It's something more profound, something mystical. You are being rewired, and not just mentally or emotionally. God is rewiring your entire energy body. What does that mean? It means your spiritual circuitry is being rearranged for a higher purpose. Your internal energy systems, what ancient teachings called chakras, meridians, or the life force, are being retuned. The very current that once flowed into your desires is now being redirected into something far more powerful. It's moving toward your divine gifts, your purpose, your calling. Sexual energy is not just biological, it is spiritual fuel. And for the chosen one, that energy cannot be wasted. God has begun the sacred process of reclaiming your energy from its lower frequencies and lifting it to higher realms. You may not fully see it yet, but you are becoming more electric in the spirit. You are being charged with new assignments, new sensitivity, and new authority. That low sex drive you've noticed, it's not just an end, it's a transition. The energy didn't disappear. It moved, it shifted upward. The energy that once stirred in your lower self now seeks expression in your upper realms, your intuition, your voice, your crown, your divine vision. This is spiritual alchemy. God is taking the raw power of desire and converting it into discernment, prophecy, healing, clarity, and divine focus. Chosen one, you are no longer being driven by impulse. You are being driven by divine signal. God is fine-tuning your inner instrument. That's why you've become more sensitive to people's energy. That's why you feel physically exhausted after small conversations with low-vibration souls. That's why crowded spaces, small talk, and shallow entertainment now feel draining instead of fulfilling. Your frequency is rising, and that rise comes with side effects. During this rewiring, you may feel detached from reality. You may experience emotional waves. One day you feel peaceful, the next you feel heavy. One day you feel like you're floating, the next like you're sinking. These aren't mood swings, they're energy shifts. Your spiritual body is recalibrating. Your vessel is learning how to hold a higher voltage of God's light. And listen closely. This kind of rewiring doesn't happen to everyone. It only happens to those God has marked for something greater. You are not just being prepared to survive in this world. You are being prepared to change it. And to do that, your body must become a conduit, a channel, a temple strong enough to carry divine power without being consumed by it. God is closing the doors that drain your essence, lust, distraction, emotional bondage, so He can open the gates of spiritual mastery. You are being taught how to hold your energy, not release it at every urge. How to protect your essence, not scatter it through unworthy connections. This is a sacred upgrade, and it requires solitude, stillness, and above all, surrender. If you've ever studied the ancient mystics, yogis, prophets, or healers, you'll notice a common pattern: a period of withdrawal, a dissipation of sexual desire, and then a sudden burst of supernatural ability, visions, healing hands, deep wisdom, prophetic insight. Why? Because their energy was no longer being spilled outward, it was being gathered inward, it was being stored and raised. That's what's happening to you right now. Even science is catching up. We now know that sexual energy is creative energy. It's the same power that creates life in the physical world. But what if that same power could be used to create life in the spiritual world? That's what God is doing through you. He's taking the seed of your desire and planting it in your purpose. He's cultivating new life, not in your body, but in your spirit. You may find yourself waking up at strange hours. You may hear whispers of guidance in your inner ear. You may see flashes of light when your eyes are closed, or feel tingling sensations at the top of your head or down your spine. Don't fear it. These are signs of energy movement. These are confirmations that your body is becoming an antenna for the divine. This sacred process is also why you must now guard your space. Protect your peace. Limit your exposure to chaotic environments. Your energy field is still soft, still rewiring, still sensitive. The more you honor that, the faster your gifts will unlock. The more you fight it, the more confused and drained you'll feel. And here's something you must understand. When your body begins to hold divine energy, not everyone will respond well to you. Some will feel drawn to you without knowing why. Others will resist you, avoid you, even attack you. Because your energy confronts their darkness. It exposes what they've buried. And that's part of your new spiritual assignment. You are becoming a living mirror, a walking frequency shift, a carrier of divine code. And this cannot happen without the rewiring of your energy body. Your old system was built for survival. Your new system is being built for spiritual authority. So if you've been wondering why your urges are gone, why your emotions are unpredictable, why your body feels strange, the answer is simple. God is building a new vessel, one that can contain fire, one that can carry messages, one that can change the atmosphere just by entering a room. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Chosen one, honor this transformation. Speak to God daily. Ask for alignment. Fast when your spirit leads you. Breathe deeply. Protect your space. And most of all, stay in gratitude. Because this rewiring is proof that God is not done with you. He's just getting started. You are not who you were. You are not even who you were yesterday. You are becoming something new, something rare, something holy. Now take a breath. Let it settle. Because the next truth will open your eyes even wider. God didn't just take your sex drive to rewire you, He took it to protect you. And what He's protecting you from is more dangerous than you think. Stay with me. God is rewiring your energy body. Chosen one, something sacred is happening within you, even if no one else can see it. You may feel confused, you may feel detached, but deep in your spirit, you know this isn't just a phase. This is transformation. And it's not about losing desire. It's about divine redirection. God is not just quieting your flesh. He is rewiring your entire energy body. You see, sexual energy is not limited to the physical. It's one of the most powerful spiritual forces that exists. It's the energy of creation, of attraction, of life itself. But when that energy is misused or misdirected, it scatters your purpose, drains your spirit, and ties you to people and patterns that block your destiny. That's why God has stepped in, not to erase this energy, but to elevate it. What used to move through your body as physical desire is now being transformed into something higher. You're beginning to channel that energy into your calling, your vision, your divine purpose. This isn't about suppression. This is transmutation. You are not losing power, you are gaining control over where that power goes. Think of it like this. Your body is a sacred temple, a vessel of light. And in this season, God is reconfiguring how energy flows through that temple. Old pathways that led to lust are being closed. New pathways are being carved toward wisdom, discernment, and revelation. The current is shifting, the flow is changing, and your body can feel it, even before your mind understands it. You might notice strange things happening. Sudden fatigue around certain people, a heightened sensitivity to sound, touch, or even time. You may feel drained by shallow conversations or meaningless social settings. That's not random. That's your energetic system adapting to a new frequency. You're being tuned in to the spirit. The spiritual body has its own anatomy, its own channels, its own intelligence. In ancient teachings, these were called chakras, meridians, or energy centers. And in the Bible, we read about rivers of living water flowing from within. That's not metaphor. That's real spiritual design. And when God chooses to use someone deeply, he always starts by clearing those channels. So the flow is pure. So the signal is strong. Chosen one. Your low sex drive is part of this clearing. It's a sign that God is removing energetic blockages. He's pulling your essence back from old soul ties, past mistakes, and unworthy cravings. He's sealing the leaks in your spirit. The parts of you that used to be scattered in pieces are now being gathered in one place, within you. And here's the truth. This isn't comfortable. When the energy moves, you feel it. There's pressure, a sense of something rising inside you. At times, it can feel like anxiety or restlessness, but it's not fear. It's energy with no place to go, yet. That's why stillness is essential right now. That's why silence is sacred. Because in the quiet, your spirit finds direction. It learns where to send that power. You may begin to experience divine downloads, flashes of insight, vivid dreams, inner knowing. You may start sensing people's energy without words. This is not imagination. This is spiritual awareness. Your vessel is becoming clearer. And as your inner system strengthens, your outer life will begin to shift too. God is also protecting you through this rewiring. Many chosen ones were emotionally or spiritually drained because they poured their energy into the wrong people, into lust, into validation, into attachments that served the flesh but killed the spirit. Now, God is closing those doors, not out of anger, out of love. He wants your energy to return to you, to build you, to fuel your gifts, to power your divine work. When your vessel is fully aligned, every drop of energy becomes holy. Your presence becomes sharper. Your words carry weight. Your silence carries conviction. You start walking as one who is charged with God's electricity. This is why you can no longer entertain low-vibration relationships, why you can't fake smiles, why you can't pretend to care about things that used to excite you. Because your frequency has shifted. You're no longer drawn to the noise of the world. You're drawn to the whispers of heaven. Chosen one, this rewiring process also separates you. It may feel like isolation, like losing people, like shedding old identities. But don't resist it. This solitude is where God does his deepest work. This stillness is where he anchors your new design. And the more you embrace it, the more divine energy you will carry. You are not becoming numb. You are becoming wise. You are not shutting down. You are powering up. Your old system was built for survival. Your new system is being built for spiritual assignment. You are being molded into a vessel that can contain holy fire, and that takes refinement. Let me tell you this. You won't always feel this way. This rewiring won't last forever. But when it's complete, you'll walk in a level of clarity, protection, and authority that most people never taste. You'll walk past distractions without being moved. You'll sense danger before it arrives. You'll speak, and people will feel the weight of heaven behind your words. Not because you tried, but because you were willing to be emptied and rewired by God. Your sex drive didn't vanish. It evolved. It shifted into something divine. You've been chosen to carry this new current, and soon it will illuminate everything you touch. So honor this process. Protect your energy. Stay in prayer. Listen to your body. Be alone if needed. You're not weak. You're being rebuilt. And the world is not ready for the power you're about to release. Stay with me, chosen one, because what God is doing next will reveal even more of His purpose in your life. In the next chapter, we'll explore the hidden reason why God needed to guard you from dangerous connections. It's deeper than you think. You're being protected from soul ties and spiritual contamination. Chosen one, when God took away your sex drive, He wasn't just removing desire. He was erecting a divine wall of protection around your soul. And I need you to hear this clearly. That sudden lack of craving, that emptiness you feel where your physical hunger used to be, it's not weakness. It's God shielding you from invisible threats you can't yet see with natural eyes. This protection is deeper than you've imagined. Because every time you give your body to someone, you're not just sharing skin, you're exchanging spirit. You're opening your soul. You're forming a spiritual bridge, a tunnel through which energy, emotion, and essence travel. That bridge is what we call a soul tie. And most people walk around carrying the burdens, trauma, and residue of every person they've ever laid with. But God doesn't want that for you. You're not like the others. You're chosen. So, what does God do? He shuts the door. He silences the desire. He removes the urge to connect physically, because if you did, you'd inherit not just pleasure, but pain. Not just touch, but torment. Not just companionship, but contamination. And He loves you too much to let your divine frequency get tangled in someone else's karmic mess. You see, some people are spiritual poison to your destiny. They look good on the outside. They say the right words. They might even light a temporary fire in your body. But underneath, their spirit is wounded, corrupted, or lost. And one moment of intimacy with them can take months, sometimes years, to cleanse. That's why you've been pulled away. That's why your body isn't responding like it used to. God has placed an invisible lock on your temple, and until the right key arrives, He's not letting just anyone in. And you might not like it. You might have questioned it. You might have blamed yourself, thinking something's wrong. But nothing is wrong. In fact, it's working exactly as it should. You are being set apart for protection. Chosen ones are spiritually sensitive beings. Your soul is absorbent. You feel everything: energy, emotion, trauma. And the moment you connect physically, you form bonds that go far deeper than the physical realm. Have you ever noticed how some relationships, even after they end, haunt your dreams? How certain people still appear in your thoughts, even when you haven't seen them in years? That's the effect of an unholy soul tie. And now God is saying, no more. No more spiritual contamination. No more energetic leaking. No more giving pieces of yourself to people who aren't even connected to your purpose. You are being protected. That low sex drive is a divine firewall. It's guarding your inner sanctum. It's keeping your power pure. And that's why you must not fight against it. You must not try to revive old flames or seek out new ones just to feel alive again. Because that temporary feeling will cost you long-term clarity. You have to understand, when God assigns you to a spiritual path, He protects your essence with military precision. He doesn't want you carrying the weight of someone else's battles. He doesn't want you fighting demons that aren't yours. He wants you whole, focused, clean in spirit. So He cuts the desire, not to punish, but to preserve. And let's talk about spiritual contamination. This is not just about soul ties through sex. This is about the atmosphere people carry. When you share intimacy with someone, you invite their spiritual atmosphere into your body, their past, their wounds, their curses, their energies. You may think you're just having a moment, but your soul is absorbing decades of unseen history. That's why after certain encounters, you felt more tired, more anxious, more lost, because your body was reacting to foreign spirits, because your soul was under attack. And now God is making sure that never happens again. He's closing the gates. He's locking the doors. He's hiding you in plain sight so the wrong ones can't find you. You're being kept for someone pure, someone who won't drain you, someone who carries divine energy too. And until that person appears, if they ever do, God will continue to block every urge that tries to pull you off course. It's a painful mercy, a silent miracle. Chosen one, you were never meant to be easily accessible. You were never meant to blend in or settle. That's why normal relationships never worked for you. That's why lust always left you feeling empty. That's why you felt more broken after intimacy than before it. Because your soul was never designed to be casually handled. You are sacred ground, and sacred ground must be guarded. So now, instead of craving the touch of another, you are being called to crave the presence of God. Instead of reaching for flesh, you are learning to reach inward, to protect your peace, to value your silence, to keep your energy intact. You're learning that love is not always physical. Sometimes, the most divine love is solitude with the Spirit. Don't let the world convince you you're broken. Don't let your mind trick you into thinking something's wrong. What's happening to you is rare. It's holy. It's sacred. Your lack of desire is not dysfunction. It's discernment. God is guiding your body to respond only to what is spiritually aligned. And right now, nothing in your atmosphere qualifies. Let this be your confirmation. Your protection is not a burden. It's a blessing. Your emptiness is not abandonment, it's insulation. You're being wrapped in divine covering until the appointed time, until the right soul, until the right union. Until then, honor the silence. Protect your spirit. Guard your temple. And know this, every time you feel that absence of desire, it's a whisper from God saying, "You're mine. I'm keeping you safe." Stay with me, chosen one. The next reason will open your eyes even more. This is not just about protection, it's preparation. You're in the wilderness now, and what happens there will shape everything that comes next. You are in the wilderness phase, a time of isolation and refinement. Chosen one, if it feels like everything around you is silent, if it seems like no one understands what you're going through, if your body has lost all interest in pleasure and your soul craves something deeper, something you can't even name yet, then you are in what the ancients called the wilderness. This is not a punishment. It's a process. This is not abandonment. It's alignment. God hasn't left you. He's drawn you into isolation to refine you. You are in the wilderness phase, and your low sex drive is just one symptom of the spiritual silence echoing through your life right now. But don't panic. You're exactly where you need to be. The wilderness is where God does his deepest work in the chosen ones. It's a space where distractions are removed, comforts are stripped away, and the only voice you're meant to hear is his. This is why relationships don't work in this season. This is why lust feels like noise. This is why your old habits feel dead and your cravings have disappeared. You've entered divine solitude, not to be alone, but to be emptied, rebuilt, and prepared. Look through scripture and history. Every person called to a high spiritual purpose was led through a wilderness. Moses, Elijah, John the Baptist, even Jesus. Before miracles come wilderness. Before the light comes, the silence. Before the calling is the cleansing. And you, chosen one, are being cleansed of every attachment, every temptation, and every form of energy that would block your divine emergence. You see, when God calls you higher, He has to break you out of your old rhythm. The body, which once led your choices, must now fall silent. That's why your sex drive has vanished. Because the wilderness doesn't feed the flesh, it strengthens the spirit. Your urges are no longer needed. Your cravings are no longer welcome. Your attention must be free from hunger, so it can be tuned to the holy. It can feel like a dark place, like a cold silence. But in truth, it's sacred ground. You're walking through a spiritual desert, yes, but within this desert lies the fire that will ignite your purpose. You're being emptied, not because you're being discarded, but because God is creating space for something far greater than what you've known. Many people run from this phase. They call it depression. They try to reawaken old patterns. They rush back into relationships just to feel wanted. But not you. You're not running. You're listening. You're staying still in the solitude. And because of that, God is revealing things to you that others can't see. He's whispering instructions. He's showing you visions. He's sharpening your discernment. Your body may be quiet, but your spirit is on fire. This is the divine setup. In this season, you will notice strange changes in your environment. People disappearing, doors closing, desires dying. All of it is God's way of stripping you from the things that can't survive your next level. You don't need the noise. You don't need the applause. You don't even need the physical validation. Because God is showing you how to be full without being touched, how to be alive without being fed by lust, how to be powerful even in your silence. This is refinement. Like gold in the furnace, you are being purified. Everything unnecessary is being burned away. And yes, that includes your sex drive. For now. Not because it's evil, but because in the wilderness, even good things must pause until you learn how to master them. God is not denying you forever. He is disciplining you for a season. And discipline feels painful when we don't understand the reward waiting on the other side. But trust this, the wilderness doesn't last forever. It's not your final destination. It's your preparation zone. And the longer you remain obedient in it, the more powerful you will become when it ends. Chosen one, your isolation is holy. Your loneliness is sacred. Your silence is the sound of your spirit stretching beyond the limits of your flesh. This is the phase where your energy shifts from outward craving to inward awakening. You're learning to sit with yourself, to hear your own soul speak, to connect with God without noise, without stimulus, without distraction. That's the level most people never reach. You may cry, you may doubt, you may wonder how long this will last. But remember, God never leads someone into the wilderness without also leading them out of it in power. When you come out, you won't just be healed, you'll be transformed. You won't return the same. You'll walk with fire in your bones and clarity in your mind. You'll walk in spiritual authority that no one will understand, but everyone will feel. So what do you do while you're here? You surrender. You let go. You stop trying to feel what God has already removed. Stop forcing old desires. Stop reaching for what no longer fits. Trust the silence. Lean into the stillness. Wake up early and sit with the Spirit. Let the divine wind move through your soul. Read what feeds your spirit. Fast when your soul calls you to. This is a time of intimacy, not with flesh, but with eternity. And if you're here right now, if your body feels emptied, if your urges are gone, if your soul feels stripped and exposed, comment 444444444 below. Let it be your confirmation that you are walking this sacred path, and you are not walking it alone. The wilderness is full of other chosen ones going through the same refining fire. Don't despise this season. It's building something eternal inside of you. This is your training ground. This is your spiritual forge. And soon, when God sees that your heart, your mind, and your vessel are ready, He will call you out of this wilderness with a roar, and everything that was quiet will suddenly make sense. Stay with me, because the next reason will show you the deeper truth behind your journey. Your body isn't just being silenced, it's being shaped into a vessel of light, not flesh, and that changes everything. You are being made a vessel of light, not flesh. Chosen one, this is the part where your old self begins to dissolve. Not just your habits, not just your desires, but your very identity. You are being transformed from a being of flesh into a vessel of light. And when God takes away your sex drive, when He strips away the loud cravings of the body, it is not because He's denying you life. It's because He's preparing you to carry something eternal. This is where you stop living from the outside in and begin living from the inside out. No longer led by touch, taste, or lust. No longer moved by emotional attachments or hormonal impulses. But instead, you are being shaped to carry the kind of light that shifts atmospheres, that heals the broken, that reveals the divine in the darkest places. And to carry that light, God must first empty the vessel. You see, the body, while beautiful, while sacred, is limited. It hungers, it decays, it distracts. And when you are called to walk in the fullness of divine truth, those bodily cravings can become cages. But you, chosen one, are not being caged. You are being crowned. And for that to happen, the grip of flesh must break. The desires that once ruled you must be silenced so that divine fire can take their place. You're not becoming less human. You're becoming more divine. The shift you feel, the emptiness, the strange silence where your sexual energy once surged, that is the divine light starting to rise within you, and it's not loud like lust. It doesn't burn like temptation. It glows, quiet, steady, pure. That glow is your new identity. And make no mistake, this isn't something you chose. This is something God chose for you. He looked at you and said, "You will carry my presence. You will walk as a light in this world." And because of that, your vessel is being rebuilt, not for the world, but for the divine. That's why your old connections have faded, why the flirty messages don't move you anymore, why the thought of physical intimacy doesn't stir the excitement it used to. Because God has lifted you above that level of living, not to shame those who still dwell there, but because your assignment requires a vessel that isn't compromised by carnal confusion. You are no longer a body-chasing spirit. You are now spirit-governing body. Chosen one, have you noticed how you feel more tuned into people's emotions, how their unspoken pain, their hidden motives, their spiritual weight all reveal themselves to you before they say a word? That's not paranoia. That's perception. Your light is stretching beyond your skin. It's turning you into a reflector, a revealer, a reveille of truth. But this process is not glamorous. In fact, it can be painful. To be made into light means to be exposed. You can't hide anymore. Not from yourself, not from others, not from God. The parts of you that once blended in now stand out. The things you used to tolerate now disturb you. The people you used to admire now repel you. Why? Because your frequency has changed. You are no longer operating from flesh consciousness. You're walking in divine consciousness. And that shift, that elevation, demands separation. That's why you've been pulled away. That's why you've been placed in a season of silence. Because light is delicate when it first begins to burn. It must be protected from the winds of distraction, the waters of temptation, and the shadows of compromise. So God has hidden you, not to punish you, but to preserve your fire. The absence of your sex drive is not a loss of passion. It is a redirection of passion. Your fire has moved from below the waist to above the crown. It's no longer pulling you outward. It's rising inward. It's awakening your gifts. You are being built to channel divine insight, healing, wisdom, and prophecy. Your body is becoming a holy conduit, and that requires purity, not just physical, but energetic. Let's go deeper. Every time you withheld the urge to chase what your body wanted, you unknowingly fed the light within. Every moment you chose silence over stimulation, you created more space for divine presence. Every time you felt alone, but stayed faithful, you became more aligned with heaven's current. You were training, preparing, becoming. You are now a vessel of light. That means you no longer need validation to feel worthy. You no longer need attention to feel alive. You no longer crave touch to feel seen. Because you have become radiant on your own. You walk into a room and the atmosphere adjusts, not because of your beauty or your charm, but because of your charge. People may begin to feel uncomfortable around you. They may say you've changed, and you have, because light makes darkness uncomfortable. But do not dim, do not shrink. You were made to glow. This vessel you are becoming, it's rare. Few accept the invitation. Most run back to comfort, to pleasure, to noise. But not you. You've been chosen to carry divine presence, to be a lamp in a world full of confusion, a guidepost for the lost, a living testimony that flesh does not rule spirit. So, honor your vessel. Feed your soul. Rest when you're called to rest. Stay pure in your thoughts. Be mindful of what you watch, what you listen to, what you let enter your temple. Because every input either fuels your light or dims it. Chosen one, the old you, the one that craved connection just to feel alive, is gone. In its place stands a soul lit from within. You don't need to be touched. You are already glowing. You don't need to be wanted. You're already chosen. You don't need flesh. You are made of light, and that light will lead the way, first for yourself, and then for others. Stay close, because what comes next will reveal a truth most people miss. Your lack of desire is also preparing you for a union beyond the physical, a spiritual connection crafted by the hands of God. Let's move forward. God is preparing you for union beyond the physical, chosen one. If your body feels like it's shutting down to intimacy, if the urge for romantic connection is gone, if physical touch no longer stirs you like it once did, then understand this. You are not being robbed of love. You are being prepared for a love that transcends flesh. A union not built on chemistry, but on calling. Not based in attraction, but in alignment. God is preparing you for union beyond the physical. This is a sacred preparation. One that doesn't begin in the body, but in the spirit. The world has taught people to connect through sight, through desire, through performance and stimulation. But God is teaching you to connect in silence, in soul recognition, in energy that cannot be faked. You're being trained to know your person not by their face, but by the vibration of their spirit. And for that to happen, your physical cravings must first be silenced. Right now it may feel like love has been put on hold, but it hasn't. It's simply being purified. The obsession with form, with timing, with chemistry, that's fading. Why? Because what's coming can't be built on those things. What God is preparing is a partnership formed in the fire of your assignment. You are not meant for ordinary love. You are being fashioned for divine union. The kind of person that matches your new vibration won't be found in the crowd. They're being prepared too. Somewhere out there, they are also being stripped of distractions. They are also being emptied of lust. They are also walking through the same silence, the same solitude, the same strange vanishing of desire. And when you both emerge, it won't be attraction that draws you together. It will be destiny. But you can't recognize that person if your body is still leading. That's why God is lowering your sex drive. Because physical desire would blind you to the true connection. You'd mistake beauty for purpose, charm for calling, chemistry for covenant. So God protects you from your own eyes. He lets your heart fall asleep so your soul can wake up. Think of it this way. Most of what people call love is actually craving. It's need. It's projection. It's survival wrapped in desire. But that's not your portion, chosen one. You weren't made to depend on anyone for your identity. You weren't made to chase people to feel complete. You were made to walk whole. To walk with someone whose wholeness matches yours. That's the only kind of love your spirit will accept now. Have you noticed how the wrong people no longer appeal to you? How you can see through the performance, through the flirtation, through the energy games? That's because your soul is no longer available for shallow intimacy. God has raised your standards in silence. He has closed your emotional appetite to anything less than divine resonance. It's not snobbishness, it's spiritual filtering. And this filtering is sacred, because union beyond the physical is rare. It's not just about compatibility, it's about co-destiny. When the two of you meet, it won't be a relationship, it'll be a convergence. You'll find yourself in someone who speaks the same soul language, who understands your silence, who shares your burden for truth, for healing, for God. This is why God is making you wait, not to torture you, but to protect that connection from being tainted, to protect you from attaching to anyone else while your divine counterpart is still in the making. He's keeping your heart pure. He's keeping your energy intact. He's keeping your body free of connections that could dull your sensitivity to the one who's meant for you. And no, this may not mean marriage in the way the world defines it. For some of you, the union may be entirely spiritual, a divine bond rooted in purpose more than pleasure. It might not follow traditional paths. It may not even look like romance. But it will be real. It will be rare. And it will be filled with divine presence. So if you're asking, why don't I feel desire anymore? The answer is simple. God is retraining you to feel something deeper, to connect at a level that can't be explained, to recognize your person by their light, not their lips, by their peace, not their presence, by their alignment, not their affection, and understand this. Until that person arrives, you are not alone. God is your closest companion. Your energy is not wasted. Your love is not suppressed. It is being redirected. You are learning how to walk in wholeness without a partner, how to live fully without being touched. That way, when your divine counterpart arrives, you're not dependent on them. You're ready to build with them. This is maturity. This is kingdom love. This is union that doesn't drain, but multiplies. That doesn't confuse, but clarifies. That doesn't distract, but amplifies the mission God has placed on your life. Chosen one, don't let the world trick you into thinking you're missing something. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're being prepared. And your low sex drive, your lack of interest in dating, your inner silence, These are signs that the divine is drawing you towards something most people never touch, union rooted in eternity. So protect your heart, guard your energy, keep walking in purity. And when it's time, when the refining is complete, you won't have to chase what's meant for you. It will meet you on the path you're already walking, the path of purpose, of peace, of divine alignment. And until then, let God hold you. Let Him complete you. Let Him teach you what real union feels like, soul to spirit. Because once you've tasted that, nothing less will ever satisfy you again. Now stay with me, because what comes next is about you fully stepping into this new identity. When desire fades and you accept the transformation, the question becomes, how do you walk from this point forward? In the next part, you'll see what it means to truly accept your divine nature and live as the sacred being you've become. Let's move ahead. What happens next? Accepting your new divine nature. Chosen one, now that you understand why your sex drive was taken, now that you've seen the sacred reasons behind the silence, the solitude, the rewiring, the question becomes, what happens next? The answer is simple yet life-changing. You must accept your new divine nature. This is not about going back to who you used to be. That version of you, the one led by the flesh, distracted by desire, always reaching outside for fulfillment, is gone. It served its time, but that season is over. Now, you must step fully into the truth of who you are becoming. A vessel of light, a spiritual being, a chosen one who walks not by flesh, but by spirit. You've been through the fire of refinement. You've walked through the wilderness of isolation. You've been cut off from distractions so your soul could hear clearly. And now, God is calling you to embrace your transformation. Not quietly, not halfway, but with boldness, with reverence, with full surrender. It's time to walk differently, speak differently, move with authority, protect your peace like it's holy ground, because it is. Guard your energy like a treasure, because it is. You are not being called to blend in anymore. You're being called to stand out, to carry the frequency of heaven in a world obsessed with the flesh. And yes, it will feel strange at first. You'll feel like you don't belong. You'll miss certain feelings, old versions of love, the way you used to feel when you were desired. But don't be fooled by the nostalgia of the flesh. Your spirit knows better now. Your soul remembers who you are. And what's ahead of you is far more satisfying than anything behind you. This phase of acceptance is where peace will settle into your bones, where clarity will take root in your mind, where power, real spiritual power, will begin to flow through you without effort. People will sense it. Environments will respond to it. You'll become a mirror, a carrier, a vessel of divine presence. Chosen one, you don't need to apologize for who you've become. You don't need to explain the loss of desire. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your silence, your standards, your solitude. You have been chosen, redefined, and repurposed. Accept it. Wear it like a crown. And now that you've been made new, walk like it, speak like it, think like it, live like it. Heaven didn't strip you down just to leave you empty. Heaven emptied you so you could overflow with wisdom, peace, purity, and light. So here's what happens next. You live as the divine being you are. And everything else, the alignment, the union, the purpose, will follow. Because when you walk in truth, the path unfolds under your feet. Stay with me, because your final prophetic word is near, and it will seal everything you've just received. Final prophetic message. Chosen one, listen closely, because this is not just a message. This is your confirmation. This is the voice of Spirit speaking directly to your soul. You didn't stumble upon this. You didn't arrive here by chance. This was divinely timed. You were meant to hear this right now, in this exact season of your life. You thought something was wrong. You thought you were broken. But now you know. You were never broken. You were being built. Heaven removed what distracted you so it could reveal what was already inside you. You were being stripped to be crowned. You were being emptied to be filled with fire. The world doesn't understand what you carry. Most won't see the value in your stillness, your silence, your separation. But that's because they weren't chosen. You were. And when God marks someone for something higher, the preparation always feels like loss before it feels like power. Always. Your low sex drive was not a flaw. It was a sign. A signal that the heavens were tuning you to a new frequency. That your calling was too big to be tangled in desire. That your soul was too precious to be shared with just anyone. That your energy had to be reserved for sacred work. So now, walk in that truth. Let go of what you thought you needed. Trust that everything being removed was only creating space for something eternal. And remember this, your light is not for everyone. But for those who are meant to see it, it will be undeniable. This is your prophetic word. You are not the same. And you were never meant to be. The world of the flesh will no longer satisfy you because your spirit has already tasted something higher. You are being called to live above, to walk set apart, to be fire in a cold world. And that fire, chosen one, cannot be dimmed. So rise, embrace your divine identity. Let your life be proof that purity is power, that silence is sacred, that God still calls and refines his own. You've reached the point of no return, and that's a good thing, because ahead of you is purpose, purity, and divine alignment unlike anything you've ever known. This was never just about desire. This was about destiny. Now go and live like you've been chosen, because you have.